the undefeated challenger, Felix Tito Trinidad.
And here is the champion backstage in his dressing room, 21-year-old Felix Trinidad. Very talkative, moments away from his third defense of the IBF welterweight crown as he takes on former three-time world champion Hector Camacho. 3 down and 2 to go in our Super Grand Slam of boxing as we turn our attention to Felix Trinidad versus Hector Macho Camacho for the IBF welterweight championship. We are back with the fight doctor, and you know there's a lot more at stake tonight than just the welterweight title, the IBF.
Well, there's a lot of pride going on here. For Camacho, he has taken a career that should have put him in the Hall of Fame and sort of squandered it with foolish activity and more entertainment than boxing. In Puerto Rico, he's not considered among the great fighters, and he wants to be because he's got a pretty decent career going. He has to win here to look good, or else it's almost the end of his opportunity to look good. For Felix is such a hot shot right now. If he wins here and wins big, he's got Chavez ahead of him, and he will be an idol in Puerto Rico, who they consider him already the inheritor of the great Gomez or Carlos Ortiz. They consider him the great next guy. Big, very big fight for Camacho here, very big. Maybe the end of his career for big money fights if he doesn't win well.
Now, Ferdy, recently Camacho had a run-in with the law. Can he put personal problems aside tonight?
Well, you have to know that he's been in trouble with the law, I think, since I've known him. He is used to having process servers, sheriffs, and people with shotguns outside his house. Nothing bothers this guy. When the lights go on, it's macho time. The only thing that bothers him is what's he wearing, where are the cameras, and how does he get on. Macho time means I'm on camera, it's me. That's the only thing that matters. So no matter if they got an army of deputies outside waiting for him, it doesn't bother this kid. Macho is an entertainment fighter.
All right, then there's the subject of Camacho's experience in championship bouts versus Trinidad's relative inexperience. Will that be a factor in this matchup, Bob?
Steve, I see it as being the biggest factor in this fight. As we saw in the Anthony Stevens fight, Trinidad is a little susceptible, does go down, does get hurt, is hittable. Camacho has much better speed, but the experience in big fights where the adrenaline, where the crowd, where all the aura of the big fight get to some young fighters, where they overexert themselves early. Camacho's been there. He's fought them all, including the legendary Chavez. He's got everything he has to have emotionally and mentally. Now, does he have it physically? Well, he has tried his best to convince me that we are seeing the resurrection of Hector. And the way I see it right now, he's the best 3-to-1 underdog I've ever seen.
He was very humble and pensive when we spoke to him yesterday. The two fighters have made their way into the ring. This is the challenger, the flamboyant Hector Macho Camacho, the 31-year-old former 3-time world champion, born in Bayamon, Puerto Rico, grew up in New York City and lives in Florida now. 44-2 with 21 knockouts, rated number 8 by the IBF as a welterweight. And now here's the champion, 21-year-old Felix Trinidad out of Cupey Alto, Puerto Rico, climbing fast. Tonight, already his third defense of the IBF welterweight crown. He looked impressive in his first defense, stopping Luis Garcia in the first round, but struggled in his second defense, although he stopped Anthony Stevens in the 10th, lifting his record to 22-0 with 19 KOs. Let's check the numbers as we go to the tail of the tape. Much disparity. Trinidad at 21 is 10 years younger than Camacho. The 4.5-inch height advantage for Trinidad, and you can see the weight is all even. Each checking in at 147. Trinidad with the 3-inch reach advantage. And to the IBF rules for this championship fight, 10-point must system, 3 scoring judges, no standing 8 count, no 3 knockdown rule. Only the referee can stop the fight, and a fighter cannot be saved by the bell in any round. So here at the MGM Grand Garden, we are closing in on the IBF welterweight championship. Felix Trinidad versus Hector Macho Camacho. Let's go back to our ring announcer, Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Well, fans, we welcome you to our second world title featured bout in the Super Grand Slam of Boxing, brought to you by Don King Productions and King Vision in association with SET Pay-Per-View, Corona, and the MGM Grand. And at this time, we present the IBF Welterweight Championship of the World. This bout is sanctioned by the International Boxing Federation, the President Bob Lee, Supervisor Alvin Goodman. Along with the Nevada State Athletic Commission, the Chairman is Dr. Elias Ghanem. Introducing to you the judges at ringside. Mike Gliena, Glenn Hamada, and Dalby Shirley. Presenting to you at this time, the referee in charge of the bout, Joe Cortez. All right, fans, here we go with the IBF Championship of the World, the welterweight division, scheduled for 12 rounds of boxing. Introducing to you first the challenger on my left, fighting out of the blue corner. He enters the ring wearing red, white, and blue trunks, fighting out of Bayamon, Puerto Rico. He weighed in at 147 pounds, and his record includes 44 wins. Only one loss, one no contest, with 21 wins coming by way of knockout. He is ranked the number 8 welterweight contender by the IBF. Please welcome tonight's challenger, the 3-time world champion, the colorful Hector Macho Camacho. Opponent across the ring on my right is the defending champion, fighting out of the red corner. He enters the ring wearing white trunks trimmed with the Puerto Rican flag and hailing from Cupey Alto, Puerto Rico. He weighed in the same weight of 147 pounds. His unblemished record includes 22 wins, no losses, with 19 big wins coming by way of knockout. Please welcome the rising young star of the welterweight division, the undefeated IBF welterweight champion of the world, Felix Tito Trinidad. Once again, here's your referee in charge, Joe Cortez.
Okay, Hector. All right, second. Felix. Okay, ya yo le di la regla en el camerino a los dos. Quiero una pelea limpia. I gave you both the rules. Give me a clean fight. Shake hands.
Clearly as animated a Macho Man as we've seen in the several fights we've covered involving Hector Camacho.
I think Hector's very serious. He understands the importance of this fight. He understands the opportunity. He has the experience. He has the talent. He should be able to teach this green kid a lesson, but the green kid is not just a green kid. It's a green kid with a cannon in his glove. So let's see what happens on most interesting fight.
Round 1 scheduled for 12 for the IBF Welterweight Championship. Felix Trinidad, for him to succeed, he's got to guard against getting frustrated by Camacho, which many fighters have succumbed to in the past. If Trinidad is impressive tonight, the rising star status and high expectations would be justified. Camacho moving up to the welterweight division is ring-wise. He knows all the tricks. He could give Trinidad problems.
I think the speed as well as that experience are going to come into play here very early. We'll see if he gets frustrated, the young champion. We'll see if Camacho is very effective early. Also, being a southpaw can't help. That adds there. Again, you'll see that southpaw style is going to add some frustration. He jumped in from the right side, hit the champion with a quick shot, and in and out. He's gone.
These first rounds ought to be completely Camacho dominated because of his speed and his experience. He's been a multiple champion. He knows he's been here. And that's an awful lot to put on the line against a kid that's just barely arrived.
And he knows how to fight defensively as well. He's a master in that area. He told us even in the shape I was for Chavez, I could beat Trinidad. Camacho told us Chavez couldn't knock me out with the kitchen sink, so Trinidad won't get to me. But Camacho shouldn't underestimate Trinidad's punching power. Should point out Camacho has never been knocked out.
I think the way that Chavez cut off the ring and walked Camacho around, I think that was key for the way Camacho lost. Trinidad doesn't cut the ring off or close with that kind of pressure, so that's all in Camacho's favor here.
Camacho said he doesn't feel Trinidad punches as hard as Chavez. Plus, Felix doesn't apply as much pressure as Chavez. And Hector feels that will be to his advantage.
Well, guys, this is just starting up. And right now, all we got is Macho running. He hasn't been doing an awful lot of fighting. Who could you give this round to? Nobody's done anything so far. They're just feeling each other out. For the first time, they've tangled toes. And you're going to see that all night long with a left-hander and a right-hander.
Camacho's landed a few jabs. There have been some glancing blows hitting both men, but right now very light. Maybe a slight edge to Camacho, but this is this is where judging a fight of this nature becomes very, very objective.
Well, for openers, Felix has got to throw something to take this round if he's going to take it at all, because the only guy throwing anything is Camacho. Although he's throwing it into the air, he has landed a few glancing blows. So far, the only thing you could judge here.
In light of the fact that it's such a big fight, monumental fight for Felix Trinidad, do you think, there's a tendency to show a little tightness on his part here in the first round?
Well, I don't think he's ever seen anybody like Camacho. It's going to take him 2 or 3 rounds to get used to the excellence of Macho Camacho and then get down into his kind of fighting.
Time!
Greeted by boos because the audience, like us, wanted to see some action and didn't see it.
Vamos a que me respire un poquito, no puedo nariz por toda la boca. Tito,
Let's listen.
óyeme esto, no brinque tanto, ¿sabes? Porque yo quiero que me mueva la cintura y camine, ¿oíste? Seguimos así, ¿oíste?
Con turno 2 de repetición estamos hechos. Tengan la confianza en mis órganos. Eso es todo.
They're very calm here. In this corner, they're very satisfied with Macho's work. Macho has taken that round as far as they're concerned, as far as I'm concerned also. And
So it's round 2. Camacho brings ring smarts, speed, superb technical skills, and 3 world titles into the fight. Some feel he is in a must-win situation against a man almost 10 years his junior. Trinidad also cat-like, quick, sharp, calm, patient with knockout power in both hands. Well, Joe Cortez yelling break, 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 but Felix kept hammering away.
Fighters that come in real quick, boom, 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 hit you 2, 3 quick, easy shots and then hold you are extremely frustrating. And there you can see Trinidad banging on the side, but when the referee says to stop and break, that's when you got to stop punching on the inside like that.
But he got in 4 good shots. See that stepping on the foot? Exactly what we said in the first round. They opened this round with that. He stepped on Macho Camacho's foot. You can't help it. It's right up there. He's very tall. He puts his foot up to charge, and there's Macho's foot. He's going to step on it.
That's one of the awkward parts of boxing with Southpaw again. You'll see, again, he's stepping on his feet on a regular basis. And this is something that's going to work right now with the reach and the height to Trinidad's advantage, as well as he doesn't do the moving.
Trinidad 5'11", a 70-inch reach. Camacho 5'6 and a half, a 67-inch reach.
Macho threw the first really serious intent to hurt punch just then and missed it by a mile, but at least Macho's trying. At this point, Macho is pursuing rather than the other way around.
That's exactly right. Look who's backing up now.
There's a trickle of blood, left eye of Felix Trinidad.
Oh, boy. This is just starting, and now he's got another problem. He's got blood coming out of the corner of his eye. It's over the eye, not in a good place. Right at the corner of the eye. That's going to bleed all the way through. Tough to stop those. Tough to stop that.
Trinidad has never lost, 22-0 with 19 knockouts, 9 straight KOs, 3rd highest knockout ratio of all present world champions.
It would be a shame to see a cut like this factor in so that Trinidad can't fight his fight, or that fight would get stopped, because I don't think it was a clean punch. It had to be somewhere in that little bit of holding and wrestling that head's banged accidentally. I never saw a good clean shot that could have done what that cut looks like it has had.
I think that was a headshot. I think that was a headshot.
Left hand missing by Camacho. Showing the quickness of Trinidad.
And now it's Trinidad on the attack and Camacho going back as we figured it would be for the whole fight. Oh, nice right hand by Trinidad. Not a lot of steam on it, but he got to him.
And a countering left by Hector Camacho. Wild swing and a miss at the bell. Let's see if we can.
He just asked cut, and he said, yeah, but it's very little. We'll take care of it. Now let's see how they take care of it. First is the pressure by that gauze, and he's got to leave it there a little bit longer than that. You got pressure is more important than any gunk you put in it. Pressure and holding it. He just told him, don't get desperate because you get cut. Now let's look at the way. There you go. There. You see his foot right on top of Camacho? That makes Camacho get off balance. At some point, he's going to be able to use that to his advantage. Missed there. This probably is a cut, Bobby. Take a look
I'll tell you what,
at
I think they had a bang hit somewhere along in here. Possibility of, you know, just swinging an elbow. Could have been anything.
Well, the one thing they told him in the corner, we can take care of it. It's very little. Don't let it affect you. But I tell you what, what's affecting him is Camacho's ring mastery right now, because so far he's won the first 2 rounds on my card unofficially because he's just doing better boxing.
Well, I agree with you. I think right now he's carried the little bit of the action to Trinidad a little better, a little more effective. Trinidad's confused, but I think what Trinidad has to stop worrying about is all the little punches. He's going to get hit with some of them. Walk through and try and land some bombs, hit him to the body, slow some things down. He can't block every shot of a fighter that's quick. It's just not going to happen.
And if he thinks, if he has a hope that Macho Camacho is going to slow down, he is wrong. Macho will do this for 12 rounds.
Trinidad has little respect for Camacho. He ranked his top 3 Puerto Rican fighters, Camacho not among them. He listed Wilfredo Gomez, Wilfred Benitez, and Carlos Ortiz. And you have to wonder if many of his fellow Puerto Ricans share the same opinion.
They do, for the simple reason that the Puerto Ricans are a great fight country, and they pride themselves on the bravery of their fighters. You couldn't fight with any more guts than Wilfredo Gomez, or Carlos Ortiz, or Jorge Torres, or Gonzalez. It's just a raft of great Puerto Rican fighters. And when Macho came in, could have been that kind of fighter and chose show business instead. They just despised him for a while.
It's almost ironic they call him the Macho Man because his type of fighting style is not that of a Macho Man.
Yeah, it's the exact antithesis.
He's always liked to live out the macho image he has projected outside the ring. But he went too far recently, having a run-in with a police officer.
Well, I've had occasion to socialize with him, and outside the ring, he does do his best to live up to just that image.
Well, he served a 6-month house arrest to avoid a 90-day jail sentence and served 200 hours of community service down in Florida. He could not leave his house without his lawyer. There was a leniency to let him train. He set up training camp at his house.
It's the first time in the history of boxing where you think a penalty of legal kind could improve your chances of winning a title, and it certainly has. Because he's doing a very good job here, although Felix is now picking it up this round.
Felix Trinidad.
A good left hand. He hit him with a good left hand and then followed him with a lead right. And he caught Camacho dead on the butt.
And look at the way Camacho ran and grabbed. And Camacho, a little bit of problems here.
Remember, Camacho's never been stopped or knocked out.
He's never faced a cannon like this kid.
All of a sudden, a burst from Felix Trinidad here in the 3rd round, final seconds.
And a big change in the tide here. The flood waters are coming on for Macho Camacho.
And Trinidad wants more after the...
So much battle continues even after the bell. Look at that. Cortez doing a good job, but he had to separate them forcefully.
Round 4. Keep in mind, Camacho in September of '92 went the distance with Julio Cesar Chavez. He was severely punished by Julio, but he remained on his feet the entire way, somewhat of a moral victory. And now Camacho is shaken up.
And now what is it? Is it a timeout?
I think he thumbed him in the eye or butted him.
Yeah, it's the left eye of Hector Camacho, claiming he was thumbed.
Joe Cortez is listening to the complaint where he should be making a ruling. Camacho,
Much indecision here.
Camacho looking like he will not continue if not given the time. Oh, he will. He will.
All right, he tries to clear out that left eye.
Cortez just stood firm, said you will continue to fight.
Well, if he doesn't continue to fight, even if it's an out-and-out foul, he has to continue where the fight's over.
Well, that was a precarious moment there. Good thing that we have a good, strong referee like Joe Cortez. Told him, you got to fight. You can no more time.
I wonder what this does to the confidence of Trinidad. It's got to boost it a little.
Well, I think that last round boosted him pretty good. He knows that if he hits him, he's going to get him in trouble.
You'll start to see some more lead right hands. The right hand that was effective in the last round. Also, you might see Trinidad get a little over-anxious focus, miss some big shots, and then get tired. So it could work both ways for him.
Trinidad's got to throw something. I mean, Bobby, he's got this guy running. He's got this guy scared. The word scared I don't want to use it that way. He's got this guy cautious. Camacho's cautious. He's felt the sting. He's felt the thumb, you know.
And Camacho comes back with the left hand. Trinidad has a reputation of starting out slowly, being calm, waiting for his moment, but he might be too composed right now. He should go in.
That's another nice little left hand off the cheekbone of Camacho.
He's trying to time Camacho, something that is extremely difficult to do. He's so quick, it's difficult to time him to counter him. So what he has to do is press him and force some mistakes, force some action, and get a slugfest going. That's what the Macho Man needs to do. As soon as a punch is blocked, boom, react. Counter, react. Counter, react. That's what he has to do.
Camacho coming out of this eye thing pretty well.
Yeah. Well, Camacho, look at that. Look at the feet. He rode Camacho back on his foot. I mean, this is going to be a problem all night long. This guy's too tall, and Camacho's too short.
Less than 30 seconds, round 4.
Nice crisp right hand by Trinidad, the kind he's got to put in to do the damage.
When Camacho starts to get Trinidad's timing and rhythm down a little bit, it'll be interesting to see how his straight left hands, if they start landing, affect Trinidad.
Nice right hand by Trinidad, and Camacho goes flaring back.
His eye immediately closed up, but now it is wide open.
And it affects your vision, too. It hurts like hell, and it's double vision.
Probably just got his eyelashes poked back in there for a little bit.
All right. Round number 5, scheduled for 12 for the IBF Welterweight Championship, Felix Trinidad. In the white trunks with the red trim, he's the champion.
Certainly Camacho bringing his considerable skills. I haven't seen him this sharp in a long time. But this kid does not look impressed. Felix looks like he's just looking to land his bombs.
Camacho told us he feels as sharp as ever and very strong at 147. And that against Chavez, he lost some steam because he had to lose weight. He says in retrospect he should have used more lateral movement, but he says the Chavez fight didn't take anything out of him.
Something we really haven't talked about a lot is that this is at 147. As blazing fast as Camacho's always been, the ability he's had to punch whatever it may be is at 140 and below. So he hasn't had a lot of competition this strong at 147. We're going to see in the later rounds how that strength affects him.
Camacho won the WBC Junior Lightweight title in '83, the WBC Lightweight title in '85, and the WBO Junior Welterweight title in '89. His goal is to win a 4th title and then meet Chavez in a rematch. But he's got to get by Felix Trinidad.
Nice counter left hand by Camacho there. Trinidad drove him into the ropes with a nice right hand. He bounced off, got his own left hand home.
Yeah, the pace is heating up. Felix is heating up the pace, and he's willing to eat some counter punches to do it. And of course, Macho doesn't miss many chances to counter punch, so this is getting to be very, very interesting.
Right now, Trinidad doing something that I like when I have to work with southpaws, and that's a nice lead right hand with a left hook counter, either to the head or body. And right there, saw another nice body shot landed, and Camacho doing his hold on thing.
Camacho will hold on. I mean, he shows you when he's hurt. He grabs. No question about it. He's not embarrassed to do that. So you know when he's hurt. Good action by Camacho. Coming back with 2 hooks in counterpunch.
Trinidad, as Bobby was talking about, a natural welterweight. Camacho isn't. Felix Sr., the trainer for Felix Jr., feels his son and pupil can knock out Camacho.
You will see Trinidad as a junior middleweight and not too far down the road, because right now I know he's having trouble at 147. I've heard that from a number of people.
Again he stepped on his foot. And Camacho stumbles as a result.
Oh. I don't know about that. Holding and hitting. 1 point deducted.
He's had a lot of trouble with him even at the end of the rounds. When they're holding, he won't let go even after Cortez says break. Therefore the point.
In a fight that's this close, that is a big one. got it pretty even.
I've got it dead even. I had the first two Camacho, the next two Trinidad. The last round I thought Trinidad edged until they took the point away.
Exactly. So 46-46, and we both went to the same score.
So things really getting interesting now.
Again, twice Felix put his foot right on top of Camacho's foot. It doesn't seem to bother Camacho, I'll say that for him. The only difference is the ebb and flow of this. Looks like Felix is gaining steam, is chasing him harder and harder, and Felix is running more and more. And in the eyes of the judge, this is the champion chasing the challenger. It's called ring generalship, aggression, and sometimes the points go to the champion who's doing the chasing.
Felix Trinidad pressing to the attack.
He's gaining confidence with each round that Camacho not only can't hurt him, but that he can reach Camacho and hurt Camacho.
Camacho backing away, looking to avoid those stiff punches.
Exactly what Felix has got to do. He's got to make him feel the kind of power he's got, even if he hits just gloves. As Bobby pointed out, sometimes that goes right through the gloves and hits you on the head with your own gloves. Well, he's got to do that. He's got to make Felix, nice shot by Camacho. He's got to make Camacho feel like, hey, this guy can really bang.
Not only that, but when you have your left hand in his face and he's got his gloves up, you're keeping him from hitting you. His hands are where they need to be to protect him.
Bobby, do you think Trinidad has solved the southpaw style of Hector Camacho? But Camacho landing now.
Yeah, he solved a lot of it, but again, he could get careless. He could do a lot of different things that go along with being an inexperienced champion and prideful young man that he is. He's got a lot solved, and there's going to be a few things that are not solved.
There you go.
We'll see what Hector decides he's going to do, because I think that's key.
The thing is the urgency, the aggression of the champion. I mean, he keeps coming, and as far as the cut is concerned, it has pretty well subsided. They've done a good job. Macho has not been hitting it with a jab, so it doesn't open more. All in all, it looks like the tide is turning in the favor of Felix Trinidad, the champion.
Great defense by Camacho.
I'll tell you, I think right now, as the fight is laying out, Camacho's getting the short end of most of the exchanges, and the fight could very well be a close decision loss. But we've seen some very strange draws on fights over the years, and I wouldn't be real surprised.
We saw one today. That's pretty strong.
Ahora tírale y te vas lejos. Tírale y te vas lejos.
Vamos a cambiar de otro, que las manos no son las de nosotros.
I thought they were very respectful for Joe Cortez. He usually has some nasty words. And now let's see what's happening in the corner that looks to have the fight in control. Oh.
That might have been the toughest punch of the night.
Yeah, when he had to hit him in the mouth.
But he looks so calm and cool and composed for 21 years of age. Felix Trinidad as we head into round 9. I did see who slapped him. I know his father's in the corner. I don't think that was his day.
Joe Cortez is looking closely at this holding, and I guarantee you, I would lay the odds 100 to 1 right now. There will be a point taken away from Camacho. This is going to get evened up in the point department.
And that's a great way to do it.
The sharp, fast Trinidad stalking Camacho now, but Camacho holds on. And the crowd again will boo.
Didn't Muhammad Ali win his 3rd world championship doing that? Hitting and holding, and then when he backed up, leaving that left hand out there for some more?
Yeah, but he did a lot of things during his career. You have to say what stage he was in. I mean, he had different stages.
Camacho is receiving some long, cold stares from Joe Cortez right now. He better be careful.
Again with the foot. Almost every round he's had the foot problem. And it's never Camacho's foot on top of Trinidad. So it was Trinidad on top of Camacho.
Trinidad slowed down just a pinch in this round. Camacho's got to land a few more straight lefts. Not real effective, but landing.
is a knockout artist. As I mentioned, third highest knockout ratio of all present world champions, 86%. Got 9 straight, 19 knockouts and 22 wins, no losses.
Whoa!
Body shots by Trinidad.
Styles. That's old Lou Rodriguez shot.
A hard right by Trinidad that rocked Camacho.
Camacho's going to hold on now. You watch this point get close.
He said it again.
He's talking about it.
I don't know how many more times he's got to say it. What does he need, carbon paper?
Trinidad, all kinds of confidence now, dancing around, looking for the opening. And avoiding.
Here it comes.
No, he didn't do it again. Boy, he sure is patient.
Break.
Again, the pursuit goes on. The champion on the hunt. Camacho retreating. Can't win the championship that way in my book.
And we're going into the dressing room of Julio Cesar Chavez. A staggering 89-0-1 with 77 knockouts, a record 26-0-1 with 19 knockouts in world championship fights, getting ready to defend against Frankie Randall, tough veteran. Tonight his 13th defense of the title. 5 world championships in 3 different weight categories over his fabulous 13-plus year career. That's next on the docket here at the MGM Grand Garden in Las Vegas.
And Bobby, did you expect anything different in this? I mean, did you expect, I know you like Camacho here in an upset, but did you expect this kid to be this good and Camacho to be this bad? And I don't mean bad, I mean he's just not effective.
Well, what I expected him to, at certain points, be this ineffective because I knew that Trinidad was strong and going to force this, but I expected him to be a little more effective in a lot of areas, frustrate Trinidad, land more cleanly, and just be better.
Well, it's certainly going to be interesting to see what the scoring is going to be. We've had some really creative scoring here. I've got him ahead, 86-82. What do you got, Bob?
I believe I have it 86-83. And, you know, it's right now it doesn't appear as if either fighter's got the ability to knock the other out. Camacho's always going to hold, run, dodge, bob, weave, hold.
Well, if they take a round away from him at this point, he can kiss it goodbye.
It won't help his case.
Take a point away right now.
On a counter punch, left hand by Trinidad and holding again.
Look.
He's waltzing.
Because he got in trouble. He got in trouble.
Time called by Joe Cortez.
There's the point, Bobby. But he got in trouble. His legs went crazy, and he held on.
I'll tell you what, it's a lesser of 2 evils right now. Now, we talked about it before, but that 147 pounds, he's not getting hit by 140-pounders anymore. Can he withstand the onslaught of this young man? He's going to hold on again. And now he's going to keep doing it.
And now he spins Trinidad around. Hearing it again from the crowd. Camacho.
He got hit. He got hit hard, and his legs wobbled on him. That's when he grabbed him. Well, he's got to back that up and take a look at that in replay because something hit him very hard.
Joe Cortez, or no Joe Cortez, he wasn't about to let loose.
This now becomes a 10-8 round. You take 1 point away. And you'd have to do some creative adding and subtracting to give this fight to Camacho thus far, all the way here in the 10th round. Let me hasten to add, you can negate the scores by knocking your opponent out. Look at the grab. Look. What is he going to do? Take another point, Bobby?
Camacho's in trouble.
Want a clean fight, said Joe Cortez. He said you keep doing that, but he never finished the sentence.
Well, because he's in trouble. Hector Macho Camacho's in trouble, and here's the place it comes, into the corner, and a hold. He's going to be disqualified if he continues to do that.
You can see Cortez trying to give the Macho Man every benefit. Doesn't want to disqualify him. He may not have to as Trinidad loads up.
Oh, big trouble for Hector Macho Camacho as this young guy has got
He might go down for the first time.
Camacho needs that rest. He needs that corner. He's got 25 seconds to go. If he doesn't get that corner, I'll tell you what, this fight could be over.
This kid is coming on like a cavalry charge. That's what this kid is. And we keep calling him a kid. He's not. He's a man. He is a champion. He is a killer instinct champion.
Well, he's going to last this round anyway.
Let's go.
Get some feeling in him.
Well, he is behind now. He is behind no matter who's keeping score right now.
Here we go, round 11. Felix Trinidad looking to end it against a man who has never tasted the canvas, Hector Camacho. Felix Trinidad's first trip past 10 rounds. So uncharted territory, doesn't seem to mind. And he continues his pursuit of the Macho Man. And Camacho just keeping his distance, trying to avoid those lethal punches of Trinidad.
He is in a survival mode.
Exactly.
This is not to win now, and now it's to survive.
Now
He's
it's
hurt. He doesn't have it. This is to survive.
This is to make it to 12, just like he did with Chavez. He's taking his beating. Now he's going to make it to 12.
He's just not taking as much punishment as was dished out by Chavez. But he is feeling the effects.
And yet he appeared more hurt and more out of it.
Did he though?
Oh, earlier.
Trinidad could get a little sloppy now and start lunging, but the thing is, Camacho might not have the power to knock him out. He's never been a knockout puncher, but he's always been quick. Timing could be something here. You can never tell.
I don't think Macho wants to even take the chance of throwing a good hard punch. He looks like he is what you just correctly said, a survival mode. This is a round to survive, clear his head. He doesn't mind blowing it as long as he doesn't get knocked out.
If Trinidad does have a knockout punch, it's a left hook, but he also has a wicked right hand.
Ready?
This guy has power in either hand. I mean, he is good, hard puncher, and he also punishes the body.
We saw that against Maurice Blocker and Luis Garcia.
And for having such an innocent baby face, he's got the killer instinct of Rocky Graziano, Rocky Marciano, all those tough guys with ugly faces.
And Rocky Balboa.
Break out.
Pace slowing.
Again, we're in survival mode. Not going to make the fight any more exciting, but he's through another round. He's going to survive. He's a prideful human being. He's a fighter that absolutely will not quit, but here he knows he can't win anything. I think he feels it, I think he senses it, but he doesn't want to get stopped. It's a matter of pride now.
Well, it's turned into a foot race now, and round 11 over. Sade is his manager, who thinks he'll be a superstar someday as they touch gloves. 12th round.
Emil Sade told me he's going to knock this guy out, and then he's going to beat Julio Cesar Chavez, and that's the program they got. It's a little too early in the game to talk about Julio Cesar Chavez in my book.
Yeah, I think it's a little premature for that one.
Yeah.
But I can't believe they've got Camacho winning in that corner.
Well, let's not say anything until we hear what the judges think. Remember,
we're in Las Vegas.
We have had surprises in Las Vegas.
And don't forget, the corner will say just about anything short of do it or your mom will die. You know? They will try anything to implore the fighter in the final seconds of a fight to do whatever he has to pull it out. This is it. It's 3 minutes. What else can go wrong?
If they can give this running retreat to Hector Camacho and a decision, give him the championship, then they are truly charitable cases. And blind as well.
Can't see it.
Yeah, I don't know about charity. I mean, blind would be better.
I mean, you just cannot win a championship going away, holding, getting penalized for holding.
I have Trinidad comfortably ahead. And he doesn't need to force the fight here. He just doesn't have to make any mistakes. He stays steady, he wins.
He can lose this round and still be so far ahead. He's got change coming.
Oh, yeah, he could get knocked down and still have change left over.
This could be the first time he goes 12 rounds. Felix Trinidad.
Let's go.
I think Macho has paid the price of wasting his talent on high life and not having the energy that he needs. You can't just keep playing that high life and have it not come back and haunt.
Body shots again by Felix Trinidad.
It's just not there. Camacho has thrown in the proverbial towel, but he's going to stay on his feet. He wants to finish this one on his feet.
The last 3 or 4 rounds have been clearly survival mode for Camacho.
You have to say Camacho, for all of the faults that he has, is a prideful man, as Bobby said, and he has, in the ring, always tried to survive at least to 12. He just won't quit. And so let's give him that.
We saw the ultimate case with Chavez.
Yeah, let's give him that.
You know, we've seen a lot of fighters stay past their welcome. I certainly hope I don't do it. It broke my heart to watch Sugar Ray when he got beat up by Norris. Hector's demonstrating maybe he's past his welcome.
Yeah. The only difference is he showed a lot of courage and fortitude, more so against Chavez. His stock actually went up in losing to Chavez as opposed to tonight.
Yeah, because up to that point, he just never showed up for a fight. I mean, in that fight, at least he took ownership. In this fight, he's just running.
I'm convinced something's wrong. Something contributed to this terrible performance. The Macho Man is still better than what we've seen tonight.
It's over, and the resume is that the champion maintains it as far as Bobby Chez and Ferdy Pacheco and Steve Albert are concerned. Let us see what we find out from the judges in this hinky-dinky world of life.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds of boxing here at the MGM Grand Garden, we have a unanimous decision, and I will read the score totals. Judge at ringside, Glenn Hamada, scores the bout 116-110. Mike Gliana scores the bout 117-109. Dalby Shirley scores the bout 119-106. All three in favor of the winner, and still champion Felix Tito Trinidad.
So there it is across the board, a unanimous decision for 21-year-old Felix Trinidad. He retains his IBF welterweight title, goes to 23-0.